The sky was filled with the thunder of engines and the roar of war, and among the most iconic aircraft to emerge from this tumultuous period was the B-17 Flying Fortress. Born from the need for a colossal bomber to defend American shores, the B-17 evolved into a symbol of resilience and power during World War II. With its imposing silhouette and formidable array of firepower, the Flying Fortress quickly became a force to be reckoned with. Designed to withstand enemy fire and deliver devastating payloads, the B-17 was more than just a bomber. It was a flying community resilient against the brutality of war. Its reputation grew as stories emerged of battered aircraft limping home against overwhelming odds. But how did this remarkable airplane come to be? Join us as we explore the origins, design, and legendary legacy of the B-17. A key player in the skies of World War II and an enduring symbol of American air power. The B-17 Flying Fortress began its journey long before World War II erupted, tracing its roots back to the 1930s. At this time, the Army Air Corps identified a pressing need for a large four-engine bomber capable of defending America against potential threats. The aircraft company Boeing answered this call by developing the prototype as early as 1935. By 1937, limited production of early models began, leading to a small but growing fleet by the time the U.S. entered the conflict in 1941. The name Flying Fortress emerged from a reporter's comments in 1935, who exclaimed that the prototype looked like a fortified castle in the sky due to its impressive array of machine guns. Over the years, the design of the B-17 saw multiple upgrades. The first model to enter significant production was the B-17B, which made its inaugural flight in 1939. As the war progressed, several variants of the B-17 were developed, including the definitive B-17G, regarded as the most capable version, with over 8,600 manufactured before production ceased. In total, around 12,700 B-17s were built by Boeing, along with contributions from Douglas Aircraft and Lockheed's Vega subsidiary. The B-17G measured 74 feet 9 inches in length, with a wingspan of just under 104 feet and a height of 19 feet 1 inch. Its empty weight was approximately 36,000 pounds, but this could escalate to around 65,000 pounds when fully loaded with bombs and equipment. Constructed primarily from aluminum, a lighter alternative to steel, the B-17 achieved substantial power without sacrificing agility in the air. Performance-wise, the B-17G was powered by 4 Wright Cyclone R18209 cylinder engines, each generating 1,000 horsepower. It could reach a top speed of 300 miles per hour, although typical cruising speeds were more around 170 to 200 miles per hour. The aircraft had an impressive service ceiling of 35,000 feet and a substantial fuel capacity of 2,800 gallons, giving it a range of about 2,000 miles. As a bomber, the B-17G typically carried a payload of about 6,000 pounds of bombs, although specific types of ordnance could increase this capacity to 8,000 pounds. To enhance its defensive capabilities, the B-17G was equipped with 12 .50 caliber machine guns strategically placed around the fuselage. These included 2 in the nose, 2 in the cheek positions, a pair of remote-controlled guns in the chin turret twin, guns in the dorsal turret, and additional gunners positioned in the waist tail and ball turret underneath the fuselage. Space constraints meant each gunner had limited ammunition, often no more than a minute's worth of rounds, making careful aim crucial in combat. The B-17 typically operated with a crew of 10, comprising a pilot, co-pilot, bombardier, navigator, engineer, radio operator, waist gunners, and tail gunner, with the ball turret gunner often holding the most perilous position. Because the Flying Fortress was unpressurized, crew members relied on oxygen supplies to avoid passing out at high altitudes. To combat freezing temperatures, they wore wool-lined clothing, equipped with electric heating systems to prevent frostbite. Communication among crew members was maintained through an intercom system, ensuring coordination during complex bombing runs. An essential tool for B-17 bombing missions was the Norden bomb sight, first introduced in 1932 as a replacement for earlier models. This sophisticated device allowed the bombardier to input the aircraft's heading, speed, and wind estimates, permitting automatic calculations of bomb trajectories. While some praised the Norden bomb sight for its accuracy, the chaotic nature of aerial combat meant that many bombs missed their intended targets, necessitating large formations of bombers for effective operations. Reflecting their crew's personalities, B-17 aircraft often bore whimsical or poignant names and nose art. From pin-up models to comical characters, these decorations provided a human touch and levity to the grim realities of war. The B-17 served across all theaters of World War II, from Europe to the Pacific, and was generally well regarded by its crews. However, missions, particularly over occupied Europe, were perilous. Bombers flew in formations known as box formations, grouping 9 to 12 aircraft together to ensure mutual protection from enemy fighters. Despite appearing robust, B-17 crews faced substantial casualty rates, with over 4,700 of the 12,700 planes built lost, equating to approximately 37%. In 1943, the life expectancy for a B-17 and its crew was just 11 missions, short of the 25 required to complete a tour. Even so, the B-17's bombing campaigns significantly diminished German industry capabilities, contributing to the Allied war effort. Lessons learned from B-17 missions informed the development of the B-29 Superfortress, which ultimately rendered the B-17 obsolete. After the war, surviving B-17s found roles in reconnaissance and cargo transport well into the 1950s. Today, only a handful remain airworthy, primarily as museum pieces, marking the end of an iconic chapter in aviation history. In review, the B-17 Flying Fortress is not just a bomber. It symbolizes determination, innovation, and the valor of those who piloted it through perilous skies. Its storied legacy, marked by engineering triumphs and the sacrifice of countless individuals, ensures that the Flying Fortress will forever occupy a unique place in the annals of aviation warfare.